Alright, let me make sure I'm right on camera. Gotta wait till it goes here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that looks good. The lighting looks good. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it needs to be a little more lighter. One second. I need to see how this looks. Sorry, I can't look behind me and see. All right. We still got 2 minutes anyway. That looks okay, actually. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. We will get started here. I don't think there's going to be very many people on tonight. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody can watch later. Hi, my name's Daryl Phillips, owner of Warpole J Gaming, and what we do here is listen to you talk. So I hope everybody, this week's going well. I hope everybody, it's hump day, so we're halfway through the week. I hope that so far so good for you guys. It's going pretty good for me. So I released that video on Monday on venting, and what I want to do today is talk about a couple things involving the why you do it, what's your reasoning behind it, and how, and start to get into the who and where. The who and where I'm going to mostly discuss on Friday. All of these questions that before you do anything, you should be asking these questions: who, where, when, why, how. How is like the last thing you should ask. Why you should do it is more important than how. I actually have a video named that exactly. So take me, for example. I'm pretty hard-headed. I am not going to... I am definitely not going to be one of those people that just does something just because. I have to know why. Okay? I have to know... I have to know how, but I don't have to know to whom I'm going to do it to. I want to surround myself, for example, around successful people, so I want to know who is successful. So Tanya, for example, is successful literally at this. So I want to hang out with her. And everybody's got their own little talents that I want to hang out with successful people that are successful in their own way. And if you surround yourself by successful people, you'll be able to pick and choose who you can vent to. And this is vital. You don't want to vent to somebody that's going to call the cops or call the hospital every single time that you say, I want to die. Or I wish my boss would die. That's part of venting. You also don't want to go to somebody who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. You're not going to get good advice. Really, in the case of venting, the other person is supposed to be quiet. And as we'll discuss in the next video, taking advice, we'll discuss that a couple weeks from now. Taking advice is about you being quiet, because you're supposed to be listening to what their advice is. All right, so why, for example? All right, so the name of this video is the difference between expression and venting. One involves explosions. So venting is purely the emotional side. Now, I categorize this as an umbrella of venting. But venting is sorely different, very much different than expressing yourself. Sometimes expressing yourself does get emotional, but expressing yourself just means that you are expressing yourself. Okay? Simple as that. That you're trying to get your ideas out there. right? Your thoughts, not somebody else's. That maybe you're not being able to get your ideas at work, so you express yourself to a friend. Okay. Venting, however, is wholly different. Okay, actual exploding out on somebody because you're being repressed inside. There's this thing that happens to me, that used to happen to me a lot. Like I said, my chat's over here. There's this thing that used to happen to me a lot, where I would feel it build and build and build and build and build until boom. Well, that sounds all great, but not everybody can handle that, because I can get nasty. You know that you can get nasty sometimes, maybe. When you get really angry and you start to snap at somebody. It takes a special person that really cares about you to have to put up with that. Me and Sophia can yell at each other all day long because we know what we're doing. But I would not, it goes into the who, which we will discuss a lot deeper on Friday. But let me just say this. It matters who you vent to. You can't just do it to everybody. Got it? But there's a how to this. The part of the how to this is connected to why. But we're trying to answer the why. Well, why are you doing it? What are you trying to do? What's your end goal? Are you trying to, do you need to vent because you feel repressed, or do you need to vent because you feel like you can't keep something a secret? Do you have to vent it out? Is it an idea of yours? Maybe you're not being able to express. Okay. You have to know the why for you to properly do it right. If you're just trying to get pure emotions out, you don't need information. You don't need advice for that. Although I would say for the person listening to that, to the person venting, the person that's trying to be the listener, as it were, that person needs to understand something. One, you need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. You need to don't talk. Don't interrupt. Because that person's venting. Don't stop them. Because I can tell you, when I had a low self-esteem, one of the things that used to stop me from getting out of my emotions is people tell me to be quiet. And then I would never speak again to that person. That's bad. You lose friends that way. And yes, the person that is venting needs to be aware of who you should vent to, like I said. Okay? But let's get back to the why. So, one of the things that I'm having to work out in my head right now is Dwan. Dwan was someone I could get all of my business ideas out, and I knew he wasn't going to go and tell them to other people. And you say, what about Sophia? Well, yeah, Sophia would be like that, and I do try to do that as much as I can, but dude, she's been doing this for 18 years. Got to spread it around. So sometimes I will talk to Lori. I'm having to learn how to trust other people with my baby. All right, with myself. You need to understand something. It's like when I vent, and I know there's many other people like me, it's not easy for me to tell people. I know I make it look easy because I've practiced. I've done this for a while. I've been working on myself. But getting on this camera and talking to you guys about this stuff, it is not easy. It's not easy. The reason why that's important, to understand is I don't want you guys to think that this is so easy. You're looking at the culmination of work, okay? So that's, man, there's like literally hardly anybody on here tonight. This may be a really short one because I'm running out of things to say about it, because I think I'm getting my point across. I hope at least that I'm getting the information so that you guys can make comments later or something. Um, but do y'all understand what I'm saying? The why is important to everything. I got a why question for you guys. Why would you listen to me? Why would you listen to anything I'm saying if I didn't tell you the answers? I have to earn that trust. I don't expect new people to come on here and just listen to Daryl. You don't know anything about me. That would be ignorant. So, that's the point. Go back and watch my videos. Go back and watch my live videos. Scrape through them. I'm consistent. And I'm definitely trying to help. That's why. Because I have experience. Because I have bipolar disorder. I have PTSD. Which means I have experience in my own life. Right? But not everybody knows me or knows that. And it takes a while to get trust out there. When you have a low self-esteem and you've been hurt by people, it's hard to have people trust you. That's pretty much what I had to say. I guess we can discuss the where of it, or should be the when of it. When do you? We can get into the when of it right now, because what I want to do on Friday is I want to get into the who and where, because those are very, very important. When do you do it though? How do you know when to vent? Okay, well, you're not going to vent at work. You might get fired. You're not going to vent during a party. You're going to get kicked out of the party. You're not going to vent at someone's, you get so there's things like that. But what I'm talking about specifically is inside of you. When do you vent? Well, you should vent every day in some way. You should dump your stuff every day, in my opinion. But if you're not one of those people that does it every day, that's fine. Okay? But then when? You're gonna know when, because there's this thing that happens inside you that is like, it's like a monster. Okay? And you know what? I forgot to put the chat stuff up. Hold on one second, guys. I forgot. The bottom half is where you read. Discussing the when and why of venting. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, sorry. I normally put the opening message up there. Sorry about that. So, okay, that thing inside of you it's emotions. It's you being pent up. Don't let it get to that point. That's silly. You've got to do it before then, or you will snap on somebody. It's so embarrassing and sad when you lose friends because they think you're crazy, because they think you're an emotional wreck. And I was an emotional wreck when I met Sophia. That's what they call a basket case. And I didn't know where my emotions were going, up, down, sideways, inside out. It didn't matter. It was an awful time to be in. And I never knew the when or the why. You have to know the answer to these questions, but you have to answer those questions. I can't answer those for you. All I can do is give you examples from my own life. right? Um, that's pretty much it, y'all. That's in a nutshell. That is. Watch this again and ask yourself why you're doing something, why you're venting, and ask yourself, when should you vent? When is it convenient for you to get off your chest, to unload? Every day. You should try to do it every day. It's the easiest and most pointed. Excuse me. It's the easiest and most um, logical way to do it. So think about that. Um, I hope to God that am. I hope to God that I am being educational for you guys. That I'm trying to that you guys are beginning to understand the answers to some of these questions. But some of these questions are literally only going to be answered by you. This isn't about Daryl's way in the sense of you have to do it exactly like me. I give you a guided guideline. I give you just examples. You have to be the one to talk to me. Leave comments. Talk to me. I'll answer. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to try to get to work here. I'm going to work for a little bit and then get to bed. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Be safe when you're traveling. Be safe when you get there. You never know what you might find. Just be aware of your surroundings. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. And be understanding of yourself. You're not God. You can't do everything. You're not that. You're not God. Remember, life is fleeting. You're not promised your next breath. So go outside of your box. Learn something new, and you never know what you might learn about yourself. It's the coolest thing when you start learning things that you never thought you could, right? Until Friday, may the Lord light guide you in all things. Goodbye.